But I just love how, she's every food, like all the food that she cooks, she's got so much emotion and nostalgia behind her food, and that makes me so emotional when I'm watching her cook, because the stories she's telling with her food is like so relatable, because we know what that feels like.
Absolutely.
And for us especially, do you know the rules of the Fight Club?
I don't remember.
Apparently the first rule of the Fight Club is that you don't talk about Fight Club.
Oh, okay. So are we not meant to talk about it, or what's the good?
I don't know. I'm not part of the Fight Club. It's just when I was really young, I used to sing songs before I fall asleep, because my voice was like so, I don't know, it sounds so sleepy that I fall asleep when I hear the way I sing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel it's so sad and disappointing how he very openly and very proudly talks about how he cheated on the mother of his child with a very young daughter now. But also, speaking of things we've watched recently.
Speaking of Fight Club, we are ready to fight. Let's go, Dash. Respecting the traditional custodians, we acknowledge the Turrbal and Kaurna peoples as the original inhabitants of the lands now known as Brisbane and Adelaide. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and recognise their enduring connection to the land, waters and culture. We should just go with it. Let's just go with it.
I don't know why we're laughing, but hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Brown Girls Down Under. I don't even know why we're cracking up, but yeah, it's episode 14. Welcome back.
Hi guys, I'm from Brisbane, Australia, and things are looking a little bit different today.
Yes.
We've had a very eventful start to the podcast. My technology bailed on me, so I'm in a completely different location. I'm literally in my room on my bed recording.
Yes.
I'm losing my voice because I've been really sick the whole week. But I'm here. We are committed to the cause, and we are here for episode 14. And I know Desh and I are so happy that you guys are joining in, and for all your support over the last few episodes. Thank you so much. We've received such good feedback, and not just from our mums and dads, from everyone else as well. So thank you so much for your positive support. We really appreciate it.
Not just the people that we're forcing to listen to
Exactly,
us,
who have no choice to.
Yeah, but from other actual people as
Actual
well.
people, exactly.
Yeah.
How have
I
you
know
been,
you've had a bit of a... I've been good actually. It's been a bit hectic with work.
Yeah.
But I know that you've had a very rough start to the week. How are you feeling?
Oh my God, yes. So last weekend was a long weekend. I know you guys had a long weekend as well. Yes. So I had my friend from Melbourne come over, and then Dr. Shahana, who we had on a few episodes ago. So the three of us went on a girls' weekend, and all three of us ended up getting really sick. On the last day we caught a cold and a cough, and it's just stuck with me. So I'm probably gonna lose my voice midway, and I've got my tea and my warm water and everything. So please excuse me. But yeah, I've had to take a couple of days off school as well, which I usually never do. But I've had to because it's been pretty rough. And it's not even winter, but it's still
It is not.
No, the flus are starting to come up. All my kids are sick. They're also wild. I don't know, the weather changes are driving them crazy. I don't know if you can see, there's a bite mark on my shoulder.
They bit you?
Yeah, one of my students is a biter, so I've got a bit of a little souvenir from him.
Oh my God.
So yeah, just
wow.
It's been a crazy week.
When you're not there to, as their teacher, so have you got a substitute teacher?
We do.
That
we
can
have
handle them?
yes, we have replacement teachers coming, and then my teacher aides, who are like my angels, they are on class as well. But when there's a change of face, the kids tend to get a bit
Yeah.
crazier because obviously it's someone
They're not used
unfamiliar
to
to
it.
them. Exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, we've had a few medications changed and family situations changed. So they're quite escalated at the moment. I mean, it's a part and parcel of the job. So I'm just really glad it's the weekend. Let's just say that. So, yeah. How's
But
your
how
week
was the
been?
girls? How was the girls' weekend? And also, when is our girls' weekend? When are you coming to Adelaide?
It'll happen. It'll happen. I swear. I am so. By the way, Jetstar is having a sale.
Oh,
I
not
think-
sponsored.
No, not. I wish it was sponsored. But I literally, because my parents are actually coming to Australia in July, and I bought tickets for them to go to Sydney. And initially, like last week when I looked at ticket prices, it was like $400. But today I bought the tickets. It was like $260 for both of them to go back and forth. Yeah. So it's like the cheapest ticket is like $29. So, yeah, you need to get on it and make a trip to Brisbane. Or
Yes.
I will make a trip to Adelaide and we'll actually
I
record
think-
in one place.
I think trip to Brisbane will be nice because I reckon the weather will be better there.
I agree.
But
I agree.
if you want a little cold getaway, you could also come to Adelaide.
Girl, it's
You know?
like
we'll make it
17
happen.
It's 17 degrees here. Like the coldest has been 17 degrees and I'm already getting sick. So
Oh no.
that should tell you something. I'm not built for the cold, unfortunately. So
Do you usually get the flu vaccine every year?
I don't. But I think this year, now that I'm working with like young kids, I think I'm actually going to this year. But usually I have quite a good immune system. But yeah, this time I don't know what happened. Do you usually get it? The flu vaccine?
No, I've never had it.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had it, but I've been thinking about it because I don't want to get sick. But then now I'm thinking, I have a lot of sick leave, so I don't really mind.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't have a lot of that, so I actually can't afford to get sick. So
Yeah. But yeah, the work this week has been interesting because my project is getting closer and closer to like start commissioning, so it's a bit nervous and hectic, and it's actually happening this weekend, so I'm a bit not stressed, but it's because it's like I'm a graduate and it's my first ever commissioning sort of scenario. I'm a bit like nervous and hoping that it'll go all good. Like it's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't happen, but yeah.
But obviously it's you and a group of people, right? It's not just you.
Well, I would be the project manager on the group, so
Oh, I see. Okay.
yeah, on the project. But there's a lot of senior people supporting me.
Yeah.
But I've had to organize everything and make sure that it goes well. But I've had a lot of good feedback, so hopefully
Oh, that's good.
fine. Yeah. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm
Yeah.
just
So you guys don't have a long weekend this weekend as well? Because we have Monday.
No.
Labor Day is a public holiday for us.
Oh, no, it's not.
So when is your Labor Day holiday then?
I don't know actually. I've been a bit confused. Like I don't think I still don't have my head around all these public holidays because I came from Melbourne to South Australia and I didn't know that we had different public holidays.
Yeah.
So, but why did we have? Oh, it was the Anzac Day.
Anzac
okay.
Day, yeah.
But I had a long weekend for the Anzac Day because I took Friday off
Same
as
here,
well.
yeah.
So that was long weekend. So that was really nice. Oh, and then I started watching MasterChef.
Oh, same.
Our girl Savi is
Yeah. Oh, it's so
on, and she's
amazing.
killing it.
She really is. Like she's doing so well. I mean,
And I love that how she's like not in a corner. She's just in your face telling people off and telling people how
Exactly.
spicy the food are.
exactly.
Yeah.
And even like the group challenge that she did, she was the like leader. She took
Oh my
ownership so
God.
well. It was amazing, right?
Yeah, and like the way she said like I'm happy to be the leader.
Yeah.
I will get this done. I'm like, go
Boss
queen.
babe. I know.
I
It was
know. I
amazing.
was like, I know that she's a very sassy person and
Yeah.
you know, she's bubbly and all of that, but wow.
Yeah.
Like that's just but you know how a lot of the times people like cook all these amazing dishes, and they describe you how everything is, like how good everything tastes. But when Savi was cooking that milk rice thing, and when they were describing the flavors, you could feel that in your mouth. You know what it tastes like, and that was.
I was watching it and I was like craving Kiribati, and I was like,
I'm salivating now.
I know. I was like, I need it right now. I literally just paused it. I went and made milk rice and came and watched the rest of it because I was like,
did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and obviously it wasn't as great as hers, duh. But like I was like, I need something. I need Kiribati. And like Kiribati for me, like milk rice for me, is something that I could eat any time of the day in unlimited amounts. Like you give me a pot full of Kiribati, I will eat the whole thing, and I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even hungry. I would just eat it because I love it so much. And I just needed that while watching that episode. I just needed it.
It is very nurturing, and it is very heavy, but it's just like so good.
So good.
The week after, actually, I made the same thing. I made like a fish curry and milk rice, and also like a very dry chicken curry with lunumiris, and MJ and I had like heaps of it, and we were just like couldn't get off of the couch, and we were like, what do we do now? It's just too heavy.
Yeah, it does give you that like you go into kind of like food coma, and you just need a nap, you know, like after Kiribati, you just need a nap. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
It's the best feeling. And when she's like every food she makes, like when she's frying up that oil, the onions and the curry leaves, you could like.
I know, you could smell it.
And MJ was like, I can smell that.
I know.
I know that smell.
I really like. Obviously, I know that it's over now and like this was pre-recorded, but I really hope like that she like
girl,
either won. Obviously, if she won, that's amazing, or at least got to like the very end. Like that would be.
But do you think they've
incredible.
Recorded the whole thing, or
they
have?
No, it's finished. Yeah, it's fully recorded.
Oh.
So they know the winners. I just want to know how they're keeping it a secret. Like.
Yeah.
What bribery did they use to get you to shut your mouth?
Surely they must have done like an NDA or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Right? Probably. Yeah.
But it's so hard though. How do you do
especially how do you, like, the people you live with, your family members, how do you, surely they know, right? Surely.
They must know, because you know, in some episodes they would usually get your family
to come in. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just love how, you know, she's every food, like all the food that she cooks, she's got so much emotion and nostalgia behind her food, and that makes me so emotional when I'm watching her cook, because the stories she's, you know, telling with her food is like so relatable, because we know what that feels like.
Absolutely.
And for us especially, people living away from home, we know how easy that like good, like very well prepared food can make you feel so close to home.
Absolutely.
And that makes me so like, I was like almost crying when she was explaining about the Sri Lankan food and how it's so close to her and all of that. I was just like almost close to bawling my eyes out, because I know how that feels.
Exactly. And that episode where she spoke about the challenge was to eat, like cook food that you can eat with your hands. You know, she said that when she moved here, that was something that she tried to get away from because it was kind of embarrassing. And like I've had people tell me as well when I eat with my fingers, like Sri Lankan people who moved here previously, like years ago.
Really?
Yeah. They're just like I have an auntie and uncle. They're like, oh, you eat like a native, you know, with your fingers. And I was like, so? Like, you're Sri Lankan, like why are you laughing at me, you know, like my own people making a joke at me.
Exactly.
But yeah, like I've heard people say, you know, oh, you wash your butt with your hand and then you also eat with your hand. It's like, have you heard of washing my hands? Have you
exactly.
Like if you cook with your fingers, why can't you eat with your fingers?
Exactly.
Like,
What the hell?
Yeah,
but and also, you know, like if you don't eat with, like when you eat with your fingers, food just tastes so much better.
It does.
You know?
It really does. I don't know what the science is behind that, but it does.
Yeah, the perfect size. And just mix things as well.
Exactly. I agree.
Anyway, but yeah. Oh, I just really hope that she wins. She's
I know.
amazing.
I really hope so. Really hope so.
And there's a good there's a good set of representation there.
Yeah,
this
there's another
year.
Sri Lankan guy actually, Dash.
Oh, is he Sri Lankan?
He's Sri Lankan, yeah. I mean, obviously, must be born and bred. I don't know too much about him because he doesn't really talk too much about his Sri Lankan side, but I'm pretty sure he's Sri Lankan Tamil because
Oh, okay.
there was like a couple of episodes ago, there was a picture of him and his grandma. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty, like, I think he is. And he spoke about like being Sri Lankan, like, very briefly. But obviously,
Oh, okay.
he's not like to the level that Sav is because, you know, she moved here much later in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. But I think so I'm a couple of episodes behind because I'm away during the week and I like MJ and I wait until I'm here so we can watch it together. But there's this also this guy I saw on the episode that I on the elimination round. There's this Asian guy who is he works as a chemist or a chemical engineer or whoever who's at the cancer research center.
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh,
I can't remember his
the
name.
scientific guy," and I'm like,
I
"Ooh, this boy's
know.
speaking my language,"
Yeah.
and he's like carefully measuring stuff. I'm like, I like this guy. This guy, beside like Savi would always be my number one, but this guy's like, and you know who else I love? The old guy. Sorry. The older gentleman.
Older guy.
Steve-O.
Yeah. Steve-O.
I love him.
He's from
so
Bribey
good.
Island, which is like really close to where we live, which is like
Really?
so cool. Yeah. So he was talking about Bribey, and I was like, oh, I know where you live. And he's awesome, isn't he? Like I love.
He's very wholesome.
Yeah, and he's so talented. Like
He
the
is.
flavor combinations he uses, and I'm so sorry if anyone hasn't watched this and we're giving spoilers, but
Yeah.
we probably should have said that.
Yeah.
Whoops.
But yeah, do watch it. Support
Yeah.
our girl, and obviously, yeah, it's amazing. Everyone, I think, have you seen any of the MasterChef American shows?
I have. I used to watch it like that when I was much younger, but I stopped
Yeah.
watching it like when I started watching the Australian one.
Yeah, because everyone's so bitchy and like
Yeah.
everyone's like fighting each other in those
Yeah.
American shows or like even the Canadian ones. Whereas the
Yeah.
Australian ones, like everyone's so nice to each other.
So
and so
wholesome, I know, and so kind, and I love the judge panel. Like I love Poe. She's like my ultimate
Oh, yes.
like favorite. I love her.
The
And
desert queen.
Yeah, she is. Like, I mean, look at her. She's like 50, but she's like freaking stunning.
she?
She's 50. She's
You're
so
joking.
beautiful. No, she's 50. Asian genes,
She's
man.
50?
She's 50.
50.
50 plus. Yeah, she's so beautiful. I know, right? Like, she's gorgeous.
I'm shocked.
Gorgeous. I know.
Honestly, I thought she was like late 30s is what I thought.
No, man. She was in like one of the first series of MasterChefs. And then she came back. So she's been in 2 already.
So she was the first season's runner-up. She got the second place.
And then she came back.
Came back.
Yeah.
Because they had people who had already been in the previous seasons to come and compete again.
Yeah. It was like the Hall of Fame or something. But yeah, so she's been, and she's looked the same from the start.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know. She's amazing, man. I love her.
Yeah. And I also love from the, I don't know if you know, from the previous seasons, I also loved Reynolds.
Oh, yeah. Renaud Poe. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He'll forever be my crush. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Looks so good. When
I
he's
know,
whipping
he's
that
so
cream,
cute.
I'm like, oh!
He's what? Oh, when he was whipping
When
the
he's
cream,
whipping
yeah.
the...
I actually know a few people who've gone to his dessert bar in Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What is
'cause
it
it's,
called? Koi?
Koi, yeah.
Yeah.
So I really want to go next time I go to. Apparently, it's quite overpriced, which I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's so talented. Like wow, amazing. But yeah, love MasterChef.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend you watch it.
Give it a go. Speaking of other shows we've watched this week, last week I saw Fight Club. I watched the movie Fight Club for the first time. Have you seen it?
I haven't. It's something that Ryan has literally been trying to convince me to watch ever since we started dating. So we just never, I just never watched it for some reason.
Do you know the rules of the Fight Club?
I don't remember.
Apparently, the first rule of the Fight Club is that you don't talk about Fight Club.
Oh, okay. So are we not meant to talk about it, or what's the?
I don't know. I'm not part of the Fight Club. It's just. But I don't want to spoil it for anyone. So if this is something you want to watch, I'm just gonna explain to Shanali what Fight Club is, because let's be real, she's never gonna watch it.
I will eventually.
If I want her to watch a movie, I have to be in it. I'm convinced that's the only way she will watch it.
you yeah, the secret's out. So you need to do a movie, girl.
I'll try to make a parody of it while I act the scenes out from the Fight Club.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
But
Anything
anyway,
for the views.
It's a very old movie.
It is, yeah,
but,
old, yeah.
I don't know the main actor's name, but I know that he was there in the original Hulk movie, but I'm not sure if you've seen that.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the name, but so you've obviously seen Harry Potter.
Duh.
So
Yeah.
you know the actress who plays Bellatrix?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
She's there too. She's in that movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
She's the lead actress.
Oh, I really like her. Okay.
I know, I love her. And then of course there's Brad Pitt, like the young Brad Pitt, who's like obviously very good looking. He's
the good
ripped.
looking version.
Yeah, he's ripped in this movie. And I suspected the plot of this movie very early on, because there's no way, obviously this story revolves around a person with a lot of mental health issues.
Okay.
But he doesn't realize that he's got mental health issues. And yeah, but it's a very good story. There's a big plot twist, which I saw it from a mile away. So I'm very proud of that.
Okay. How would you rate it out of a 10?
I think it's a good watch. I think it's a solid 8.
Okay. Pretty good.
8.5, solid 8.5, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's really good. It's very punchy. It's like, the only thing though, there's like few scenes that's like they live in in the story there comes a point where they start living in a very, very unhygienic, very disgusting almost house.
Okay.
And that there are scenes, some scenes that you can't watch, otherwise if you watch it you're gonna throw up. Let's just put it that way. There are scenes like that. It's very,
I'm not good with those scenes though, usually. So
yes, but I still think you should watch it. It's still worth like giving it a go. But then the ending of the scene, I don't know, this guy, I don't want to spoil it for you, but this guy does something to himself, but he's still alive after that. So I don't understand how that works. But I do have my theories, but I will need to watch it again maybe to just confirm.
So maybe I will watch it and then we will. I know I did say this about it.
This is your homework.
Girl, I can't. I've downloaded so many books on my Kindle and now I need to read it. I just need to read it. So,
but you know what? This is something you can watch with Ryan. You know, you know that he's gonna enjoy it.
You know, he's gonna be so annoyed. He's gonna be like, I've been trying to convince you for like years, and now Desh says you have to watch it, and you just want to watch it. Like, I know, I just know he's gonna say, I just know he's gonna say that. Yeah, exactly. It's research purposes.
Also, do you listen to our podcast every time, like when we post a new episode? Do you listen to it?
This is terrible. It really depends on how much research we've done before. Like, if I know that it's one of those episodes where we just talked without any plan, I will not listen to it because I'm like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Like, what are we saying?
Yeah.
But if it's an episode where we've actually done a proper script and we know what we're talking about, then I will listen.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's funny. I feel like we've obviously discussed this. Like, I feel like the ones that we've just done on a whim actually have done better in terms of views and listens
Yeah.
compared to the ones that we've actually been really prepared for. So I just
Yeah.
think people just enjoy listening to us talk just random things and,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't understand how people listen to us speak about our poop struggles and how they can relate to it as well is very much surprising to me and also comforting at the same time.
I know that we got some beautiful messages of like people saying, you know, like recently we got one, I shared it on our story as well, of her saying that she, like, you know, it got her through like a really tough week. And I'm like,
Aw.
like us?
Oh,
The two
girl,
of us?
anytime.
Like
Anytime for you.
Our voices? Like, I'm sorry, what?
Oh my, do you find that your voice is different when you listen to the podcast?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Yeah, I just
definitely.
cannot. The
No,
only
but
reason.
your voice is not meant to sound the same. Like, you hear it on a different note than when it, like, what it actually is.
But see, I've been avoiding listening to our podcast for so long.
Really?
I've been pushing. I never. And then I started because I wanted to make sure that I do like, as in for research. Now that we have to, you know, create reels and all of these stuff, we
Yeah.
have to listen to it, right? And then I started listening and I was like, why the hell do I sound like that? It's just so annoying. How does anyone listen to me?
Oh my god,
talk
what are
for
you
hours?
talking about? People say that they love your voice. Like my voice, I completely understand. No offense taken, my voice is horrible. But
No.
your, like, people said your voice is like really nice
I
and
don't-
soothing.
But I don't. But that's what I'm saying. So like I don't know if I've spoken about this before, but when I was in Sri Lanka, when I was really young, I used to sing songs before I fall asleep because my voice was like so. I don't know. It sounds so sleepy that I fall asleep when I hear
What?
the way I sing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I feel
That makes no sense.
I think in my head, I think I speak really quickly. But then when I listen to this podcast, I feel like I'm just like dragging on and on. I was like, why do you speak like that? In my mind, you don't sound like this. Why do you sound like this?
Why are
and
you a
that?
different personality?
I was just like, this is what I hate. And why am I acting the way I hate? Like, I don't know. So, but anyway, it's
sound
painful.
perfectly fine.
Thank
I'm telling
you,
you.
but-
You have a beautiful, soothing voice, unlike me. I laugh, I like cackle like a goose. I sound like.
But no one
weird.
can beat your expressions.
That is true. That is true. I will.
She
I don't know
has
if
the
that's
most
a good or bad-
expressive face.
a good or
Anytime, if
bad
you
thing,
stop.
but-
If you stop the YouTube video anytime, I'm telling you, there's no way,
I'll
no
just be like-
frame that Shanali's face looks the same. There's no 2 frames where Shanali's face looks the same.
That is true. That is true. And that is not intentional. That's just who I am in real life
But I
as
love
well, I
it.
swear.
I love it. It's just so cute.
Oh.
And there's so many photos that you shared as well where you look hilarious.
I know. This is why, like, I'm honestly meme worthy. I'm so meme worthy. That was
sure.
actually a meme. I don't even know if I've told you this, but like back in the day when I used to do news, there was a meme made of me. Like, I was like on TV and I was like a meme and I was like, what is this? Like,
So before memes actually existed, you were a meme.
I was a meme, yeah. I'm glad it's gone now. It's fallen off
Icon.
the face of the earth, but yeah. That was a
Absolute
day.
icon.
That was, yeah, I know, right?
But also, speaking of things we've watched recently,
Speaking of Fight Club, we are ready to fight. Let's go, Dash.
do you want to introduce or say what we're talking
okay,
about? How do we put this
how do
very...
we, I know, how do we say it without giving away too much, without exposing identities? Okay, so basically a few months ago, this actually came out a few months ago, I watched this interview of a Sri Lankan young actor and his wife. Did an interview with pretty popular, like is she an actress or a host?
She
or?
is.
Yeah,
Well, she's multi-talented.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
in the entertainment industry.
In the entertainment industry, but she has like her own like I think it's on YouTube. I don't even know if it's on TV. Like she has an interview show. And she interviewed this young actor and his wife. And let me tell you, that interview took me to a level of rage that I cannot describe. And I was so angry, passionately angry about this interview. But then I didn't have anyone to share. I don't know why I didn't think to share it with you. I just didn't share it with you. I shared it with one of my cousins, and we just went on a complete rage tantrum, and then that's it. But then it resurfaced last weekend when I was with my friends. When we were at the Sunshine Coast, it resurfaced because we were talking about this actor, and I really wanted them to watch it, and they watched it, and they were like, you guys have to talk about this on your podcast because it is really infuriating. So then I sent it to Desh, but then I found out that you have watched it as well, right?
I watched, you know how on Facebook you've got clips of these interviews. I've seen one of them. I was instantly enraged. I was like this, I'm not going to share, I'm not going to spread this hate. So I'm not going to send this to anyone and ruin anyone's day. Because it's absolutely ridiculous what they say in that interview. And I don't know why they think, it almost seems like they're very proud of themselves for...
So basically, let's obviously for people who haven't watched it, we'll just give a little bit of a backstory. So basically it's this actor, he's in his early 30s. I think he's around my age. And he's married to this he's from a very famous family, right? Who is also in the entertainment industry. And he's married to this beautiful girl, super sweet, angelic, really sweet girl. And they got married a few years ago. They had this big wedding, and they have a couple of children now, very young kids. But basically in this interview, he was talking about their relationship, and he basically admits to cheating on her during the start of their relationship. And he basically says, she was too good for me. So I was kind of I kept her on a side while also pursuing other relationships. And then she found out about it, and then she was really angry about it. And he was just making a joke out of it, and just saying, the other girl that he was dating was this really sexy, really attractive person. And he was obviously with her for other, I feel like he said other benefits, but then also
I think he also mentions how that other girl he was with, I think he also mentions how at that time she was more established or successful in her whatever her field was, and that sort of bothered him because then as in he wasn't well known at that time or whatever. Which I don't know why he has to feel insecure about that, about his partner being more successful. But I don't know why that's an excuse for him to feel insecure instead of being supportive and being proud of his 100%. Partner.
Yeah.
And later on, he ditched that girl and then found someone else found someone who will rely on him.
Yeah.
So that he feels valued and he feels secure to be the provider or whoever.
Yeah, so this girl that he's married to, he always talks about how they've been together for 15 years or something, which is not true. They knew each other from the time they were really young, but he obviously was with other people and cheating on it, all that kind of thing. And he very openly talks about it. You can tell his wife is pregnant in this video. I'm sure I'm giving it away now when I'm talking about it, but honestly, I don't care. But she's pregnant. She's sitting there listening to him say this. And he's very openly talking about it. And
he's laughing about it, which pisses me off. I'm you have the mother of your child next to you and you're insulting her, being so disrespectful. And I honestly feel so bad for the girl, but I honestly don't know why she's there, why she's sitting there and taking all this.
No. And she obviously knew it, right? She obviously knew about it because she admits that she called him and questioned him. And the other sad thing is he very openly says as well that her mum was very much against their relationship and tried to stop it and all that. And I was thinking as a mum, it would be so hard telling your child, okay, this is why I don't want you to be with this person, all that, and then they finally like they're with that person, and then watching this
Yeah.
interview and being like,
Like
this is
her
why I told
insulted,
you.
being
Yeah.
insulted in that way. Oh.
Exactly, like your child being insulted in that way. So that's not the worst of it, mind you. Like that is one part of
I
it.
wish it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like I was like on at that moment I was just like like if you were here, man, like I would just be like fighting, honestly. And then it got worse because he basically, I think the girl who was interviewing asked how her days are spent, how this wife's days are spent. And she was basically like, she made it sound like she was his maid, you know? Like,
Yeah.
she was like, oh, I have to do all this work for the big baby and the small
Oh.
baby. And then, like, you know, she was like the interviewer was asking, you know, does he help in any way? And then she didn't really say yes or no. Like,
Yeah.
she was kind of going around in circles and being like, oh, you know, he shows his love in ways that sometimes I can't even and you know, this is so funny, right? So a few like years ago, he's very open, like very vocal on Instagram about his love for his family,
Oh, yeah.
right? Very
Yeah.
open, like very, very vocal about it. And I remember like looking, because I was following him at that point. I looked at his pictures and I was like, oh my God, they're so cute. And I remember I got so mad at Ryan. I was showing him, I was like, why aren't you like this with me? Huh? Why aren't you showing me love like this? Look at this. And he was like rolling his eyes, he's like, whatever, you know? And then after this thing happened, I was like, I'm sorry, you know what? It's okay.
I take it back. I take it back.
You don't have to do that. It's fine. Because it goes to show how fake social media is.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's just you just basically curate what you want to show. And it's like he just gives this like he like writes little verses about her and how much he loves and adores her. And I'm like, do you actually though? Do you love her?
Just because you dress her up as a princess doesn't mean that that's it.
No.
But also, like, what pisses me off is that he says that, oh, when I'm working, she's my secretary. She needs to be doing this.
Yeah.
She needs to be doing
Yeah.
that. I don't care if she's pregnant. I don't care if she's the mother of my child.
Yeah.
When I'm working, she's my secretary. She needs to cater towards my every need. And I feel bad for the girl because she says how, like, she very nicely said that she doesn't have to cook because she has support from his family and all of that.
Yeah.
But the mother-in-law is not going to be there forever. What is she going to do then?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, yes, you have support, but what pisses me more is that these are respectable adults in the society, and these are adults in the public eye. Is this the right image that you should be
100%.
setting for the
100%.
future generations? And as a mother, is this the sort of role or sort of the standard that you want to set for your daughter? Is this the way your daughter want to be, like you wish your daughter to be treated by her future husband or her future partner?
And you know, he was like, everything good in my life is because of her, and everything bad in my life is also because of her.
Oh my
like,
God.
He said something like that. Like, the thing is, obviously, when I translate it to English, it kind of changes a little bit. But that was the gist of it, right? So basically, he's saying, everything happens in my life because of you. And obviously, at first, you're like, oh my God, that's so sweet. But no, it's not. He's just literally blaming her. So basically, like,
no accountability.
If she wakes up and like, if they wake up and she's not got his food or his clothes or something ready and he's late for work, it's her fault. You know, it's because of her that his whole day is ruined when he just can't just grow up and get his own food or get his own clothes and stuff, you know?
Exactly.
And
Oh
then
my
like
God.
this poor girl, I'm like, how, like, I don't even want to say dumb, but like, honestly, how dumb do you have to be okay with that?
I
you
know.
know?
Like, I don't understand why, like, just because you're married to someone and you have someone's kids and you have your kids, that's not your whole identity.
No,
You are
exactly.
your own individual. Just because you're married
Yeah.
someone doesn't mean that your whole world has to revolve around them. You can be your own person and have, you know, the self-dignity, the self-respect that you deserve.
Yeah.
And that just makes me so sad. I feel like and they're glorified. And what disappoints me even more is that this host of this show had, like, I have respected this girl so much, and it disappoints me even more that, I mean, we don't know the whole arrangement of this interview and this show. Maybe she's like also in a position where she can't point these facts out because it's meant to be an entertaining show, so she ends up making fun of this whole situation. But it disappoints me that being a woman, she's also like glorifying and like laughing at this whole situation.
Even the whole cheating thing. Like, basically she was like, oh, you know, everyone goes through a phase like that, and now you've come up. And she talks about, because I like watched it quite recently, so I kind of know a little bit, like I'm more familiar with it. But she says, you know, like patagena puaya, like basically if you are like meant to be in destiny together, then you like some BS like that. I'm like, how can you even say that? Like, you can see that this guy is very openly admitting to cheating, and he's very openly saying that he treats her like a maid, and you can talk about destiny. Like, are you joking? And then like the comments on it, right? Like, initially when I read the comments, there were some really good comments where people are like, oh, basically, so he just wanted to marry a maid. He didn't really want to marry, he didn't want a wife, he just wanted a maid. But when I read the comments recently, it was talking about how lucky she is to have a husband like this.
Oh my God, yes.
Are you joking? Like, lucky? What are you talking about? You know?
You know what? Like, it almost feels like, I don't know if she's like, she must be blindly in love with him. I don't know why she's like letting anyone treat her that way. I honestly don't understand. With anyone with a sense and a brain, I don't know how they let anyone treat them that way. But I also feel like if it has something to do with financial independence, I mean, obviously this is not I'm not saying that that's the case in their relationship, but there's also a way, like, if a male person is the breadwinner of the family and a woman is depending on him, the setting of that scenario is completely different. If it was the opposite, if the woman was the breadwinner of the family, the husband who's depending on that woman wouldn't be treated the same way if the roles were reversed. That wouldn't be the same setting.
No. Like, I feel like in that scenario, like, the female would get a lot of slack from society being like, oh, you may be still the breadwinner, but you still have to cater to your husband's needs.
Yeah,
you know, you still have to cook. Yeah, you have to still cook and clean and do all that. But also, like, good job that you're making the money. Yeah. But, like, you also need to do the rest of it, you know?
Exactly.
So, it's like we can't win.
What's the point?
Yeah, we can't win. But, you know, that's why, like, I have a lot of respect for, like, obviously I can say the name to this couple, Sachini and Isuru. So Sachini, Nipunsala, and Isuru, like her husband. I really have a lot of respect for them. I mean, obviously, again, this is what social media shows us. Like, we just see one layer of it.
Exactly, yeah.
But I feel like I've watched their vlogs and I've listened to their podcast. And I think they have a lot of, like, a very equal relationship where he actually is a very involved parent. And he's so supportive to her in, like, everything, you know, like, from, like, obviously what they show online, it seems like they're such a beautiful, supportive couple. And that's the kind of, like, mentors and like role models that I feel like we need in our society. Because I was listening to their podcast and they were talking about bringing up their child, and they were saying, you know, that they don't want to bring up their child and put these ideas into his head that he has to live a certain life, because that child is their own individual, you know, and
exactly.
He's free to live his own life and become his own person. And I was so, like, happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Because that is the message.
Yeah, exactly. And they have a very wonderful, like, supportive partnership instead of
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is like, and if you consider their relationship, Sachini is the media personality. She's the one who's in the public eye. And then her husband isn't as much. But I think the only difference that's to that other relationship that we're speaking about is that the husband is the media personality. So why is there, like, a big difference of these relationships just
Yeah.
in that gender.
Yeah.
Just because the roles were reversed, there's
Roles are
a
reversed. Yeah.
huge. And do you think if the roles were reversed in that other relationship, I don't think he'll be able to survive, because he speak about his previous relationship and how he felt so insecure because his
Absolutely.
ex-girlfriend, whoever was at the time, was more successful.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just, and it's so sad and disappointing how he very openly and very proudly talks about how he cheated on the mother of his child with
Yeah.
a very young daughter now. I don't understand
Exactly.
how he has not learned. Yeah, I don't know how he doesn't appreciate the value of like a loyal relationship at this stage,
Yeah.
even at this stage. And he
Yeah.
also justifies how he was 25 at the time and you're allowed to do
Exactly.
anything
Exactly. That's
until
the
you're
thing.
25.
It's just the justification, I think, there is what, like, if you did it, okay, and then you accept your mistake and you apologize and you, like, you try to move on from that while apart. He was just making it into this big joke, and, like, it was hilarious that this happened, and like it was just, yeah, it was just a joke, it was just funny, and then I just find it crazy, like, if the roles were reversed and she did that, because just before we started recording I saw a video of him with, because he's done this big movie recently, and it's like this big thing going on in cinemas and
Really?
stuff. Yeah. He's done a big movie. So anyway, so he was taking very intimate pictures with the main character in the movie. And by intimate I mean like at the screening or whatever. Like they were just holding hands and like with their heads closed. And I just found that so unnecessary, because when you are in the movie, obviously when you're acting, it's one thing to be very much in character. When you are out of it, when you're in like public at a screening, you don't need to be that intimate. Like you don't find in Hollywood people, like obviously his partner was with him then, but she was obviously like maybe on a side. But him being so affectionate and intimate with this, like the lead character in his movie, in front of his wife, you don't find that in Hollywood, right? Like you will find people obviously like doing like sex scenes and kissing scenes and everything in movie, but in public they're not going to be like that. And it was so unnecessary. And I was thinking, if the roles were reversed and she was in that, like he would probably have like a major tantrum about that,
I feel like he gives off those vibes where he to be secure, feel secure in his masculinity or whatever, he
Yeah.
needs to feel like someone's depending on him, someone's relying on him. He needs to be needed. He needs to feel needed, which is
Yeah.
very sad, honestly. And
Yeah.
I really want to, like, I feel very bad for his wife. Like, she
I
seems like the
do,
most
I do.
angelic, lovely girl.
Exactly. She's so
And
sweet. Yeah.
I don't know why. And I just could go on and on about this, but I just don't want it to give don't want this to give like the publicity or anything like that,
Exactly,
because it's
that's true.
unnecessary. This is not what we should be promoting as a
Yeah.
responsible adults of a society, because
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
clearly wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't really even, and I feel sad for people who's watching this as well. Like, honestly, there's better things to do in the world. Just stop wasting your time on these useless
Yeah.
programs as well. But, and at the same time, I want to point out, like, I really hope that I really hope we are wrong about this, and this is just, we are also taking it out of context, and it's not, and behind the doors, it's not like that.
Yeah,
He's actually
true.
taking care of her, and it's all a show, and they're just hyping it up. And I really hope that that's the case, but I'm not so sure about it.
But also, that's the thing. Like, the thing is, if you are doing it for the wrong reasons, that's also very irresponsible.
Yeah.
As someone who is popular and people respect you, it's very irresponsible of you to do that, because people are looking at you and they will probably copy what you're doing, because that's what, like, we know Sri Lankan people, they love to blindly idolize and worship
Yeah.
people, like with politicians, it's the same, right? So of course they're going to do something like he's young, he's good looking, he's famous, whatever, they're going to do the same thing. So if you are doing it for publicity, I think it's really like messed up, you know?
Yeah,
But
that's messed up in a different way. Yes.
yeah, like if you
Yeah.
have seen this interview and like, you know, you agree with us, like let us know. We would love to actually discuss this in
Yeah.
further, because like you and I are so passionate about it, you know.
Yes, we
And
are.
like, yeah, the moral of it is honestly, if you are being treated like this by anyone, but especially the person who is meant to love you and respect you and look after you for the rest of
Yeah.
your life, just leave. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's
Honestly, pack up
not worth
and
it.
run, girl. Run.
yeah, it's not worth it,
Yeah.
man. It's really
And it's
not
not
worth
just
it.
girls. Don't let anyone treat you this way, boys. Like, you deserve better. If anyone's treating you so horribly and it's not giving you the respect that you deserve,
Yeah,
no one deserves to be treated that way. Just pack up
Exactly.
your things and go. Like, honestly.
and they have the audacity to embarrass you in public
On
Like,
national TV.
on exactly on national TV. Like, boy, bye.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that was a very passionate, very lengthy, very lengthy rant, I would say, about
Yeah.
something that Desh and I have been talking on our group chat for a while, and we've been tagging each other on things, being like, "Look at this audacity."
Yeah, it's
So-
like, let's talk about this.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, that was good to talk about. But anyway, moving on from that, we just really wanted to again really stress on the fact that we are so grateful to you guys for your support over the last few episodes. Honestly, we didn't
Yeah.
even think that we would be doing a 14th episode. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
I can't believe it.
yeah,
Exactly. It's been 3 months now. We've consistently recorded
every
14
week. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Yeah, like we are both really busy people, so for us to have that commitment is just
Yeah.
amazing. And honestly, that's
I mean,
really
look at
thanks to you guys.
Shenali. Look at Shenali. She's on her bed.
I know, and I'm
And
losing my
she's
voice,
recording.
and I'm still like,
Yeah.
I can tell my voice is on like the very edge of leaving me. So, like before that happens, we need to end this podcast. But yeah, that is commitment. But that is honestly because you guys have been so supportive. So thank you so
Yeah.
much. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, but I also want to remind the audience, you know what, I was going through our YouTube analytics,
Okay.
and guess what I discovered, Shanali?
Ooh,
44.4%. I've even got the decimal point.
That's very
Haven't
specific.
subscribed.
How rude.
We're not like making fool out of ourselves for free, all right? So you better subscribe.
Exactly, guys. Like,
we're not unveiling our rage on on the internet for free. So please subscribe.
yeah. I mean, we really appreciate the views, obviously, but trust me, you subscribing really helps us a lot. So please,
But
please, if you want to be entertained by my facial expressions and Desh's beautiful voice, you know.
Yeah.
like-
If you want to, we would really appreciate if you play this podcast and go to sleep. That doesn't matter. Honestly, my voice would put you to sleep. It works for
Exactly.
some people.
Yeah.
It works for me. So if you want to go on your hot girl walks, hot boy walks, whatever, just, pop your earbuds in your ears and listen to the Brown Girls Down Under podcast.
Yes.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah.
It might even put you to sleep. It's very relaxing sometimes. Not this episode very clearly, but some episodes very relaxing. So highly recommend. So
Definitely.
and also please subscribe. And we also have our Instagram. So if you want to follow us on Instagram and send us your thoughts, your views, any other videos that we might need to listen to
Oh, yes.
and provide
And
feedback on.
Anyone, if you actually if anyone really wants to watch this particular video we are talking about, I'm happy to inbox it to people, So if you, I know I'm gonna start a little war here, but if you really want to know what we're talking about, just drop us a message.
But you know what? We don't want to give them the views though.
That is true. But also,
Yeah.
I feel
But
like
it's
people,
okay.
people kind of need to, I I feel we need more people in this rage with us, you know?
Yeah. We need a support group.
Exactly.
That we can rage together.
Exactly. So if you really want to know this video, just let us know.
Yeah.
We got you covered.
We don't care about the ways. Yeah. Just let us know and we'll send it your way.
Yes. But even like random stuff, if you just want to talk, just vent. We are very active on Instagram, so we will definitely respond to everything, and we'd love to have a chat. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've also got a TikTok account, so show some love if you can, if you're into that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you better subscribe, otherwise I will come for you.
Oof. Yeah. Ooh, Dash is gonna start a fight club.
Exactly. Nice one. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining in, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. But yeah, so make sure to drink water, stay hydrated. It's winter now. The air is very drying. Apply your sunscreen. And then stay safe. Yeah. Stay clear of these misogynistic men.
Absolutely. That's the most important point in this whole thing, You don't need a man that bad, okay?
Yeah. Nah.
Don't do it. Don't do it, girl.
True. All right. Okay. Have fun, guys.
Take
See you
care,
next
everyone.
week.
Bye.
Bye.